Okay, so there has been a lot of things that has been going on lately, and I feel the need to talk about it. First of all, can it be said that we're done with this whole mess as far as the number game is concerned? Because I'm getting really sick and tired of every time I log on to Facebook, I see, and I mean, I use this term loosely, but not that loose, millions of people posting statuses. Who the hell's bright idea was that? It was cute at first because I was incorporated into it and I got to find out what people really thought of me. But at the same time, looking back on it, it was kind of a badass idea. Because when you think about it, a Twitter update and a status update are two totally different things. A tweet is only 140 characters. So I can see why people would update constantly, because there's no way in the hell that you can fit everything that you have in your mind into 140 letters, including spaces, or less. But a Facebook is just, you can't keep updating it because you have a lot more space, you have a lot much more of a venue. You don't have to constantly update, and it's just, oh my god, it abused the hell out of everything. And then Facebook had the nerve, and I mean the unmitigated gall, to change everything again. So now Facebook is 10 times more confusing. First of all, why? It's too much. Facebook is becoming too personal. You feel what I'm saying? It's becoming too personal where we get to know everything about you. Shit we probably don't even need to know. And it just really, it really just sets you off a little bit. And stuff like that. And it's really getting out of control because it's like now the Facebook layout is so different than what it used to be. And I used to go crazy because I used to think that, there was a conspiracy against me from a person that I once knew, that I couldn't get, the new Facebook layout. But now that I have it, I don't want it anymore. This is why you should appreciate the things you have. Because what I have and what I had are two totally different things, and I don't even like it anymore. Okay, to be honest. To be 100% honest. And then, when Facebook's layout isn't being changed and you don't see a billion updates, you're getting molested online because now some asshole pedophile somewhere in the East Blip West Bubblefuck of Istanbul basically said, oh, okay, how about I just change my profile picture to a cartoon character? Now I can lure little kids in, and I don't know why every time somebody says something about a pedophile they do this. I guess creepy fingers are supposed to creep into kids' private parts of things, but it's just annoying. It really is. I changed my profile picture, because it said it was supposed to help kids who are abused and neglected. And I said, wow, I'm not a kid of a neglected or abused home, but I feel for those who are. So why don't I just, join the cause? Well, that was my mistake, obviously. Because now the person then made up some nasty ass way to lure little kids in, because little kids, if they see a cartoon character on a Facebook, I don't know what cartoon character would have a name like Thomas Robertson. But the point is, if they see this kid, if they see a cartoon character, they're going to be like, aw, sweet. That means that they're out to be friends with me. No, boo-boo, they're what's in your pants, okay? That's what they're after, okay? Miss Thing, you need to get that together and right quick. And I thank you. But for the most part, Facebook has gotten out of control. It's too much to deal with. It really is. I just go on there to express my opinion, get my likes on, and I can't even do that. And I've been having some really good statuses lately. And I've been waiting for people to like the hell out of them. And people aren't liking them because they're too damn busy writing opinions about people I don't know. So when I'm not getting confused the hell out of how to use Facebook, I'm too busy looking at a bunch of opinions about a fucking random numbers that I don't even know of. And I can see if they tag the people in the statuses, that would probably make it a little bit more exciting, but they're just a bunch of numbers. They don't mean anything. They're no significance. This was a bad idea. I like the whole one where they had Q&A. That was more tolerable because you could actually see that some of the questions were somewhat outrageous and ridiculous, and that was crazy in its own right. But at the same time, it wasn't so stupid to the point where it's like, oh, you saw numbers and then a bunch of words about people you don't know. And, I mean, come on now. It wasn't like you never found out who the person was who actually sent the number, because the dumbass would like it and comment it. Like me. Because I did that. But, you know, I wasn't trying to hide my identity. But if it was somebody to be like, you know, oh, I really love you, boo, even though you had your baby aborted. What? You know, and just, you know, oh, I love you so much. Even though your mom kicked me out and your dad tried to rape you, I still love you through all that. And then you hear Shaquan Babanda, Boo Hill, who is like in the status and being like, I love you too, boo. Well, we all know who the fuck you're talking about. Come on now. Let's be a little bit more realistic. Let's really think. Come on now, Miss Thing, honey. And I thank you. But Facebook is getting outrageous, and it's becoming to the point where now it's getting very difficult and uneasy to use, because it's like, you can't even change your profile picture to a goddamn cartoon without people thinking you're trying to grab children's asses. It's ridiculous. And it's crazy, and it's sad as well, because honestly, Facebook was never intended for this. I'm pretty sure that the person who made Facebook, when he first made it, he wasn't doing it for all of this bullshit to take place. All of these status updates. And it's a place where people go and connect with friends, families, old friends. I just recently came across somebody I haven't seen since the 2nd grade. I mean, it's a place where you're supposed to reconnect. And people are now abusing it and misusing it into ways where they can lure little children in, obnoxiously post bullshit. And if you're gonna sit there and post statuses upon statuses and statuses and statuses, take that shit to Twitter, where you only have 140 characters and it's justifiable. But in Facebook, no. Because see, what you fail to realize is that, and this is how Facebook works, I'm gonna give y'all a little lesson. When Facebook sees you go to someone else's profile a certain amount of times, you're going to be more inclined to see more of that person as far as their status updates are concerned, because you interact with that person more. So, and that also goes the same for if somebody keeps updating their statuses. You're going to see more of that than you do people who you don't interact with. It's kind of hard to understand and even more harder to explain. But it's just, people, let's start using Facebook for what it is. Communicating with people, not trying to molest children, because that's nasty. And just really get back to what Facebook is really all about, which is humanity, damn it. Let's use this place for a damn example. Instead of going on Facebook, which I do from time to time, I do fault myself for doing it. Instead of going on Facebook and just being like, oh, fuck that bitch, da-da-da-da-da, and telling everybody what the hell's going on in your bedroom. And I'm not even going to get into that. That's another video. But, you know, come on now. Let's get back to Egypt and live on top of the world.